against us, so thanks for switching plans. We'll come in the same order as originally planned if we can, and we'll start with the live section and Rob from Arsenal.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi, Rob.
I'm not going to be very original here, but I'm going to ask you about the storm. How's it affected you and the players in your preparations ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, we have to change the session. It was too windy to do what we wanted to do, so we have to adapt and do one part inside and the one outside. But yeah, we were safe. It was the most important thing, and we managed to do some bits.
How's the squad looking? How's the fitness of everyone ahead of the game? Yeah,
we are all good. The doubt was Tomiyasu, which is still not been perfect, but he's trained the last few days, so he's in contention, and we can use him, so that's really positive. And the rest, we are good. We know that Gavi's out, obviously, with the red card that he picked against Wolves, and the rest of the players are okay.
Just lastly, when you think back to that game at the start of the season, a lot of things were against you in the team in terms of coronavirus and everything. How far do you feel like the team has come since then?
Well, let's show it tomorrow again, that we're going to be a very different team. We're going to get a different level of performance and results. Hopefully, we play at home, and we know the state of the season where we are and what the aim is. And to that, we have to perform, play well, and win the match.
Thanks, Mikel.
Thank you.
Pete from Premier League.
Mikel, there's no two ways about it. That game back in August against Brentford was a shock. What did it immediately tell you about yourself and the squad at the time?
Well, we knew the difficulties we were going to have on the first game of the league, which is always difficult with the amount of players that we had out with the team that we played on the day, and against a new promoted team that have done exceptionally well. And I wasn't shocked because I knew that it was going to be very difficult, and that's been proven because they have made life really, really difficult to any team that has been playing there, regardless of the level of that team. So we're not going to be, we haven't been the only ones that have suffered against them, that for sure.
What about the knee-jerk reaction at the time about yourself and whether or not you were good enough, to remain in the job? Now, the club stuck by you. Does that say a lot for sticking by your manager? Because you now sat sixth and looking, very competent and in control. So
that's football. That's football, and that's football at this level, and that's football today. And what is happening, and the dimension that everything takes straight away with the facilities we have, basically to express ourselves or our opinion. So you're going to be very, very exposed. I always said that I'm very lucky because I feel very supportive, understood, and I'm very much in line with everybody at the club. And when we had some difficult results, the club always stood there, and they've been really supportive with me, with the players, with the staff, and that's something that in this world you cannot take for granted. That's for sure.
Last one from me. Tomorrow could see a very emotional return to the football field for Christian Eriksen. What a remarkable return that would be, wouldn't it?
Incredible. I remember what I was when that happened, and straight away the reaction that you get, it was awful. It's great news. Thanks for the doctors, first of all, and the medical team that they saved his life probably on the day. And I cannot imagine what it meant to his family, but I'm sure they will be anxious. But I think for the football industry, I think it's great news. Someone that has done incredibly well in this country, that he left a big mark when he left, and have the opportunity now to come back and play.
Thanks, Mikel.
Thank you.
Jeremy, Sky.
Yeah, hi, Mikel. Just on the Martinelli yellow cards, you were obviously so unhappy. Did you speak to the PGMOL? Did you speak to Mike Riley and get an explanation?
Not yet. That's happening soon, but obviously we have reported the opinion and the lack of understanding on the decision.
And you've obviously had a chance to look at it again and again. I mean, what are you thinking now, a week on?
I don't know. I have so many videos that people have sent me over the years with different actions and how it happened. I gave my opinion at the end of the match, and that's it. There is nothing we can do right now about it.
Mikel, 4 points off Man United in fourth with 3 games in hand. You've got a great shot, surely now, haven't you, at the top 4, do you think?
Game by game, we have to win tomorrow, and then we will be closer to that objective. It's true that we have some games in hand, and still a long way to go. And a lot of things are going to happen, a lot of turnarounds, and we have to be ready to play within the context that this is going to happen, because there are a lot of teams involved there.
Yeah, you've got 11 clean sheets now for Ramsdale as well. You're racking up the clean sheets, which is making you so hard to beat. That's a pretty key asset that you've got there, isn't it?
The best teams in European League that they win, that they qualify for Champions League, that's a non-negotiable. You have to be really difficult to score against, and then you can build from there. Our creative and attacking play has improved, and we still have a lot of room to improve. Our efficiency in front of goal must improve to get more margins in games, to win more comfortably, and that's something that we are working on.
Just finally on Bernd Leno, he's had COVID. Is he okay to be on the bench against Brentford?
Yeah, he's fine. He's recovered well. He didn't have too many symptoms. He's been training the last few days, and he felt good, so he will be available.
Thanks, Mikel.
Thank you.
George, BBC.
Thanks, Mark. Hello, Mikel.
Hi.
When you think back to that start of the season, how horrible was them first 3 games for you and the Brentford match? And I know you had a COVID outbreak, but just talk us through what it was like for you personally as a manager.
Part of football, part of the job to lose football matches is part of this, unfortunately, and a lot of things that you learn in terms of the preparation, the team that you selected, analyzing what happened and how it happened, analyzing it in a different context, exactly what happened with the players that you had on the day, and don't lose focus on direction, because it's really easy to start to shift one side and the other, and keep what you're doing in your beliefs and keep going and be very stubborn on that.
So doing what you've done since then, has that led to where you are in the league now, because you and the club have stuck to the philosophies and the beliefs, and that's led to where you are, which is on the cusp of top 4?
It's sticking to what we planned and understanding the difficulties along the way. This is how I said on day one. I think the club was very clear. This is not going to be a clean ride that is going to be like that. It doesn't happen. When you go to have from A to B or C, or the level that this Premier League has, is not going to be a straight line up there. It's never going to happen. It's going to be a line that it comes down, and then hopefully we will get there. And you have to be prepared for that, because if not, again, you will change your direction, and then you will be in big trouble.
So at the moment, with your 3 games in hand and where you are in the league, it feels like you're ahead of schedule, because if people said that you was going to get Champions League football, which you can get, I mean, does it feel ahead of schedule for you now in the process of where you're at?
Is where we are. We have earned the right to be where we are right now. Credit to the players, club, everybody, especially our supporters, because we talk about the club giving support, but I think it's very important how our fans reacted and how they understood the necessity of these young players to stood behind them. And the metamorphosis has been incredible. And that's what we need, that every time we play in front of them, when we play away, that we feel their support, because we become a much better team. And now we have earned the right to be there. And now we have to go game by game to maximize the position that we are in. And that's what we're going to be trying to do.
You mentioned the supporters at Wolves on the Thursday night. There was a lot made about the celebrations, but it feels like there's a massive bond now with the supporters that possibly hasn't been there in the past. Do you think, have you noticed that too? Particularly in the stadiums, fans in the stadiums.
I do notice it, and I love it. And it has to be one of our biggest pillars in this project, in what we are trying to achieve. I have no question about it. I have mentioned that when they weren't able to come to the stadium. But the most important thing is the players feel it. And when the players feel it and they play with that level of emotion, they can transmit it. That's the reason why they are right behind them, because they are feeling something happening. And I think that they are giving a genuine support to the players.
Just the last one from me. Sorry, apologies if you get any more red cards, but the players get fined internally for red cards. I just, what you're going to do to stop it again?
Probably don't talk about it no more, because I think the more we talk about it, the worse we are making it.
Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Mark, Press Association.
Hi, Mikel. That's no good because I was going to ask you a quick one on the red cards, if that's okay. There have been so many now for different reasons. Like they've not been all for the same instances. Some of them you're unhappy about, like the Martinelli one. Do you think there's a bit of a stigma attached to your players at the moment? The referees going to games with that in the back of their heads, that you've got this red card thing following you around?
I don't want to think like that. As you said, there have been various reasons, very different ones, the way we pick those red cards, but somehow we have to stop it because it's going to affect performances and results for sure. And that has to be our aim and our focus. And don't try to blame the rest. We have to believe that the referees are going to do what they have to do, and we have to do what we have to do, and that's it.
You mentioned Christian Eriksen earlier. I know he's a former Spurs player. So if he plays a part tomorrow, would you like to see the Arsenal fans give him a positive reaction? It's not something we usually see for ex-Spurs players, of course, but
I hope so. Understanding what happened and where he was a few months ago, I would like to see that. From my side, he would have to do that. Obviously, something very personal, but from my side, that would be the way that I would react to him, because I would be so pleased to see him again on a football pitch.
Given the position you're in the league and the games you have in hand over your rivals, do you agree with Thierry Henry's statement yesterday that he said this season would be a failure if you didn't finish in the top four now?
I don't know. I didn't read what he said.
He basically said that the position you're in now...
Everybody's free to say whatever they want. That's why somebody allows somebody to write an opinion.
Have you changed your target for the season now from what you had in the summer?
No, it's tomorrow play as good as we can and win the match. That's the target.
Great. Thanks, Cap.
Thank you.
That's the end of the live section. Thank you very much.